Breaking news: Brian Robinson Jr. update said to be traded to the San Francisco 49ers. That's crazy. Let's talk about it. So, first of all, Brian Robinson Jr. is said by Adam Schefter to be traded pending physical to the 49ers. That's a good look. We just gonna start there. That's really a good look for both Brian Robinson Jr. and the San Francisco 49ers. What the Washington Commanders is doing, I don't know. They tripping. But we're gonna talk about it. You know what I'm saying? So for San Francisco, that's a good look, number one, because with the injuries that they got in their running back room, starting with CMC with Christian McCaffrey, I know we all fans, we all hoping he have a good season, but with his rapport and his history of injuries, both having an ACL and an MCL tear back to back, not a good look, and it's a high likelihood that his ass will mess around and get hurt again. So even with that, in the case that he end up getting hurt, and excuse me, I'm trying not to cuss on here, but in the case that CMC end up getting an injury, then Brian Robinson obviously gonna get a heavy dose of the load, gonna be propelled and pushed into starting running back and gonna get a chance to shine, get a chance to make him some money on his last year of his contract and show what he can do. Show everybody if he still got it for real. You know what I'm saying? And then from there, you know what I'm saying? The opportunity to make him some real money next year and draw him a big contract. And more than likely, if CMC do get hurt, he'll get re-signed to the 49ers. He'll be still in San Francisco, and if not, if CMC come back healthy or he stay healthy, you know what I'm saying, for the remainder of the season, then he'll get to land a big contract somewhere else and be a starting run back next year in some in a on a different team. But even if CMC stay healthy, it's still a good look for Brian Robinson because they gon' split those carries regardless if he healthy or not, just due to keeping him just just taking some of that load off, taking the toll off of CMC, so there's less of a chance of him getting hurt. And since CMC is a good catcher, a good pass catcher, and can you know what I'm saying, has a more diverse role in San Francisco, then they can lean on him more in that way and let Brian Robinson do a little bit more of the maybe second down, third down carries, maybe split some of the third down carries, you know what I'm saying, to help take some of that wear and tear off of CMC. Now, I say, you know what I'm saying, it'll be a good look for Brian Robinson. He might get 10, maybe 15 carries a game, even with CMC in there, just to help, you know what I'm saying, lighten the load. And in the case that CMC do get hurt, then Brian Robinson should be the starter running back. Still, still expecting to split some carries with Isaac Gorindo. You know what I'm saying? So either way, CMC or not, it still should be a split. You know what I'm saying? Carry situation in that in that backfield in San Francisco with Brian Robinson probably getting majority of the carries, you know what I'm saying? A lot of the first down, third down plays, you know what I'm saying, gonna follow him. And definitely the first couple drives if CMC is not, you know what I'm saying, healthy and able to play the full season. Even with Isaac Gorindo, he's still a little banged up, or he didn't had an injury and been hurt, and he just now coming back and starting back to practice, so he gonna be even a little slow and behind. So for San Francisco, that just helps shores up their running back room, so that you know what I'm saying. Even if Isaac or Christian McCaffrey both end up getting hurt, then they still got you know what I'm saying Brian Robinson Jr. to be a you know what I'm saying, top level. I ain't gonna say elite, but he has the opportunity to be elite. If he can show he still got it, you know what I'm saying, and can, you know what I'm saying, take that next step this year, then you know what I'm saying, have a number one running back in their backfield. You see what I'm saying? To come behind Brock Purdy and the scheme and what they already do over there. it's necessary for them to have a good ground and pound running back. You know what I'm saying? And for Brian Robinson, it kind of be similar to the situation what he was doing in Washington because he was already splitting some carries with Austin Eckler, getting some of the pass catching and you know what I'm saying, and receiving yards out of there. So it'll work similar to what he was doing in Washington, so it won't be a big difference. You know what I'm saying? And then help ease them into their program and their situation over there. You know what I'm saying? And with San Francisco being the type of team that just leans on their running backs heavy, period. You know what I'm saying? That's gonna be a real good look. And like I say, even with Isaac Garendo being in the mix, he is more of a pass catcher, receiving back type of, you know what I'm saying, split back type of situation. So, you know what I'm saying, him and Chris McCaffrey be heavily utilized in that type of area, type of situation. And with them trading Jordan Mason, him no longer being there, man, it looked like just a good look for San Francisco. It looked like they trying to make a lot of moves, and they are intending on doing some winning this year, getting rid of Debo Samuel, who's already hurt. You know what I'm saying? Already subpar. He's good, but yeah, you know what I'm saying? I fuck with Debo, but you know what I'm saying? He not out that. You know what I'm saying? And being able to get a good pick and a good trade for him, you know what I'm saying? That worked out. So it seemed like San Francisco making all the right moves, and they are making positive steps towards progressing this year. Unlike a lot of other teams that got the shit they got going on, we just don't know. I'm gonna keep it gangsta on me, Ski G. But so that's a good look for San Francisco for sure. They able to get them some more confidence and you know what I'm saying, just comfortability that they have less to worry about this year when it comes to the running backs, and they can focus more on you know what I'm saying what they gonna do with their receiving core because they do got a decent receiving core. I like Ricky Pershaw, I like Juwan Jennings, but their wide receiver core is kind of light for sure. So, and they got rid of Debo Samuels, even though you know what I'm saying it was smart because there was gonna be too much to pay for somebody who has a high likelihood of getting hurt anyway. So, you know what I'm saying? They gonna lean on their running backs, and that just give them one more piece to, you know what I'm saying, kind of assure them that even with the current injuries they got going on, and with the skepticism on CMC, we still got to see how he gonna play out. You know what I'm saying? It just, you know what I'm saying, takes away one more issue that they got to worry about for real. With Brian Robinson, like I say, he gonna be able to get his touches. You know what I'm saying? Get him a chance to shine. Get him a chance to prove what he can still do. You know what I'm saying? And earn him a contract for next year and really build up. You know what I'm saying? His resume. You know what I'm saying? If Christian McCaffrey get hurt, we might be able to see him get a 1,000, 1,200 yard rushing season. You know what I'm saying? Maybe you know what I'm saying, 6, 7 touchdowns if Christian McCaffrey not there. Even with Christian McCaffrey, should have a maybe 4 to 5, 4 to 5 is touchdowns. Maybe you know what I'm saying, 800 yard rushing season. It still should be pretty decent. Like I say, he still should get a fair share of the carries. With Christian McCaffrey getting majority of the carries, getting the higher low. But of course, you know what I'm saying. You know how they go. With Washington, I don't really know what they think. You know, Miski G, they tripping from the shit they got going on with Terry McLaurin. My bad, I'm trying not to cuss, but from what they got going on with Terry McLaurin, I want to pay him, and then paying Debo Samuel, who, like I say, man, we already know the issues with him